This is a response to losoyo's video about the moral conundrum. Now, I'd like to address a few of your points there. First of all, you say God's existence is enough reason for you to worship Him. Now, I would like to actually address this and actually turn this into a question. I mean, why would an omnipotent, all-powerful God need people to worship Him? Why, in fact, does He command worship so many times throughout the Bible, even in the commandments? Um, Worship is a very important thing, praising Him and all that stuff. Why would an omnipotent God who is lacking in nothing need worship? Why would He need people to worship Him? Um, Now, the second point is you were trying to say that humans need to believe in something. You think that it is something given by God to search Him, and you think that atheists um, claim that it is a part of evolution. But I'm going along and saying that I don't think that there is a necessity for belief, period. What I think that humans do have naturally is hope and optimism. Those are the two. Oh, and the fear of death, which also involves the fear of an afterlife and not knowing what is going to happen with you after you die. Now, those are three natural tendencies that humans have, but it is not necessary that people must have some sort of belief. Now, um, can I ask you, what are you basing this assumption on, that human beings have a tendency to believe or a need to believe? And okay, the third point I want to address is you using as an example the Stalin and North Korea. So first of all, I would say that it's not really a valid correlation, because just because they were atheists and dictators doesn't really mean that every state that would be led by atheists um, would be a dictatorship. Now, here's the thing. It just so happens that they were considered atheist states just because they were a dictatorship and the dictator decided that his whole state must be atheist. So because they were dictators, it was an atheist state and not the other way around. Because the fact that they were dictators was why they were trying to force that belief onto his whole state. Um, Now, um, comparing that point, I could also say just as easily that Hitler was a Christian, and the reason behind killing all those Jews was because of what they did to Jesus in the Bible. And that was his main motivation for killing Jews. And Hitler was a devout Christian, and he was also a dictator, dictating and forcing his belief onto everybody. Although Christianity was a lot more popular than atheism, and that is why he got so much support when he was rallying Christianity. Um, Now, when you try to show that atheism might cause dictatorship and stuff like that, well, that is not really today's free thinking atheism. Atheism that is motivated by free thinking is not really the same thing as forcing people to believe. No atheist today would want to force his opinion onto other people. Most atheists today would rather people come to the conclusion out of logical deduction, or trying to observe reality and try to come up with the facts themselves. Excuse me. Um, okay, I'm moving on to your main point of the video, which is actually your answer to this conundrum, which is, um, if you would know for a fact that God didn't exist, you would decide to actually keep it a secret from people because of how Christianity actually does good, more than bad. Well, I'll leave aside my disagreement with the statement because, from what I can see, Christianity is actually doing more bad than good, but that is subjective, so I'm not really gonna bring that up. But first of all, I think you're biased. Because you're a Christian, you don't really judge this opinion objectively. You, at least that's what I think. If I'm wrong about this, you feel free to correct me. Um, I think that because you are a Christian, you are biased and you think that letting people stay in Christianity, although it is false, is the right thing to do. If you weren't a Christian, it might have been different. For example, what if you were Muslim? Would you still think that keeping the truth from people is the right thing to do? Um, because I can guarantee you that Muslims don't consider Islam to be a bad thing. Muslims truly believe that Islam is a religion of peace and good, and that it it is a way to advance the world and to do good to others. Although most of the world disagrees with that because they see the vile things that they do. But then again, Muslims are biased they come to this. When they need to examine their own religion. So if you were a Muslim, I would guarantee you that you would say the same thing, although Islam is pretty much known for the vile things that it does to humanity. Um, Another reason why I think that it is a bad decision to keep it secret is no matter um, how much good Christianity does to humanity in the present, Christianity or religion in general is holding back scientific advancement because if you think about all the manpower dedicated um, to the religious institutions, those people might have, in an atheist state, become scientists and actually manage to advance um, mankind knowledge in fields like medicine or computers or any other field that would actually benefit mankind in the long run. Um, Another thing, um, no matter how much good Christianity is doing, it's not the religion that's doing the good, it's the people. So even if those people would be atheists, nothing is stopping them from doing the same good that they're doing as Christians. So you could let them know the truth, and they will still do good because they're good inside. They're good people, and they feel good doing good things. So I think that that really invalidates your whole point about keeping it a secret because, I mean, Chris. Okay, here's another thing. The main reason why so many Christians are doing good is because they think that it improves their chances of getting to heaven, or even if not, they think that it is expected from them by their doctrine. So I have heard many Christians say that if not the Bible, they would murder and steal and rape without thinking twice. So if your main motivation behind doing good things is because it's expected of you and not because you are a good person yourself, then that is a bad thing. I mean, your motivation for doing good things is the main thing to focus on. Um, that's pretty much it. If if you find anything wrong with what I'm saying or you disagree, feel free to respond back. to send me a PM or comment or whatever you want. Even if you don't really want to address it, then you're more than invited to.